Wide Open Sportsman on YouTube. I'm your host, Dave Valtiera. Hunting, fishing, and adventure. It's go time.
Today's episode is part one of a two-part series of How to Do Hawaii. Thanks for joining us today on this episode of Wide Open Outdoor Adventure. I'm in Hawaii. Let the adventure begin. Hawaii's nickname is the Aloha State. The word aloha is Proto-Polynesian. Aloha means love, compassion, and mercy. And aloha is used for both hello and goodbye. The word Hawaii has a special meaning. It means place of the gods, and you can see exactly why on today's show. Next, we're going to explore the Hawaiian tropical rainforest on the Big Island. You may not have known this, but Hawaiians have the highest life expectancy in the United States at 81.3 years. That's a lot of birthdays. No wonder they say, hang loose, right here in Hawaii. We had a chance to ride up to our hiking trailhead in a really cool six-wheel drive Pinschooler. This thing is a high-mobility, all-terrain, six-wheel drive military utility vehicle. They were originally manufactured in Graz, Austria, in the 1960s. Now they're manufactured in England. They can carry up to 10 people and have a range of over rough terrain of 249 miles. The fully independent suspension, six-wheel drive, 5-speed manual transmission, and the low center of gravity makes them very maneuverable, even in steep terrain and muddy conditions. The Hawaiian island rainforests are a tropical, moist, broadleaf forest ecoregion in the Hawaiian Islands. For the 28 million years of existence of the Hawaiian Islands, they've been isolated from the rest of the world by the vast stretches of the Pacific Ocean. The trail was wet under my hiking boots, and the waterfalls were breathtaking. In the lush, moist forest high in the mountains, trees are draped with vines, orchids, ferns, and mosses. This ecoregion is one of the wettest places in the world. There were waterfalls around every turn. The hike was amazing, and it was raining the entire time. Water is so important to everything, and there's no shortage of it here. As I looked around in the tropical rainforest under the canopy of trees, I wondered if I might see a Hawaiian hoary bat, or a feral dog or feral cat, or a Hawaiian monk seal. I hear that this is where they live.
WideOpenSportsman.com.
Have you subscribed to the Wide Open? If you haven't, you better get at it. Subscribe today.
Roger that.
Thanks for staying with us. Let's get back to Hawaii. Thanks for staying with us. The rainforest was great. We're now on our way to a Hawaiian luau. A Hawaiian luau is a traditional Hawaiian party or feast, and it always has music and entertainment. One of the most common traditions is the use of an underground oven called an imu. Today, we have a kalua pig. The banana leaves are removed to expose the cooked animal. He's then placed into position on a serving table for us all to enjoy. Hawaiian dancers perform a Polynesian dance called a hula dance. It was developed in the Hawaiian Islands by the Polynesians who originally settled there. Hula is taught in school, and it is a very important form of expression in Hawaii. It's quite beautiful. Hula dancing is a complex art form. The young girls show hand movements that represent the words of the song. The foot and hip movements are from a traditional basic library of steps. The sport of polo in Kona, Hawaii is a tradition. The mounts used in polo are called polo ponies. Although the term pony is used, the mounts are actually full-size horses. They range from 14 to 16 hands, and they weigh from 900 to 1,100 pounds. Each player must have more than one horse to allow for tired mounts to be replaced with fresh ones between or even during chukkas. Polo originates from ancient Persia. It originated in the 16th century BC. The objective is to score goals against the opposing team. Players score by driving a small ball into the opposing team's goal using a long-handled mallet. The traditional sport of polo is played on a grass field up to 300 by 160 yards. Each polo team consists of 4 polo riders and their mounts. In much of the sport, a solid plastic ball has replaced the traditional wooden version. One basic defense move is called the bump, or ride-off. A player rides his pony alongside the opponent's mount in order to move the opponent away from the ball and take him out of play. Polo is played now professionally in 16 countries, and it is an Olympic sport.
I tell you what, that was cool. Next, we rent some kayaks and snorkel some shallow water reefs. Jake's our guide, and I'm with my wife Diane, and we're ready to explore the water wonderland.
Next, we're on the road to kayak and snorkel in Maui. Half of the adventure is the anticipation of the event and just getting there. As we arrived, we saw all of the kayaks, the guides setting things up. We were ready to kayak Hawaii. They provided us everything: the boats, the masks, the fins, the snorkels, and even protein bars and a bottle of water. It was an awesome morning as we paddled out to sea. As we got out, it surprised me. The water was pretty cold. I had my trusty GoPro, and I headed down to explore. To my surprise, I found a beautiful, young, solo eagle ray. The water wasn't crystal clear, but I found a lot of fish in some areas. This is another eagle ray. He's much more mature. He was the big boss here. The clumps of reef here were alive with dangerous sea urchins. The snorkeling part of the trip was about 35 minutes. Now we have to get back on the boats and go back where we came from, into the wind. It was a workout, but it was a lot of fun. Kayaking and snorkeling Maui was great.
WideOpenSportsman.com. Subscribe today.
Roger that.
Are you ready for this? We're now going to tour the big island of Hawaii by helicopter. Buckle up for this one. Let's do it. Let's just take you with us as we fly a 2-hour helicopter ride here on the Big Island. Paradise Helicopters did an amazing job. The word Hawaii has a special meaning, place of the gods. And on today's show, you can see exactly why. Here on the Big Island, there's an active volcano called Kilauea. Today, we were lucky. It had an active magma flow erupting as we flew over it. They say that you can see this on about 1 out of every 5 helicopter trips. We got lucky today. Hot magma, molten magma, was being ejected from a geologic fissure, creating a new landmass. Truly amazing. All subterranean minerals belong to the state of Hawaii. On the mainland, however, landowners can own the surface, and they can have rights to the minerals underground.
In almost all other countries in the world, the government or the state owns the minerals. We are a Texas-based hunting, fishing, and adventure show. God bless America.
As you can see, this active magma flow is burning some of the forest. It's actually encroaching a small town called Pahoa. Volcanoes are amazing, but they're basically impossible to control. Hawaii has some of the most majestic coastlines in the world. The entire Hawaiian chain of islands was formed by a hotspot under an oceanic plate in the sea floor. These cliffs are made from some of the hardest rock in the world. They create these awesome cliff-like shorelines. Amazing beauty.
In Maui, all of the beaches are public, all of them. The Valley Isle, as it's called, invites seekers of beauty and nature and adventure alike. That means you can explore to your heart's desire. From the beaches, you can get some amazing views of the water. And from the water, you can get some amazing views of the mountains. Hawaii has it all.
With an average annual rainfall of 63 inches, the state of Hawaii gets 23 inches more rain than the national average. Everything is green and everything is alive.
If you want to see waterfalls, there are thousands of waterfalls here in Hawaii. Rainfall is daily and it can produce such a lush forest, it will take your breath away. Great movies were shot here in Hawaii. Jurassic Park, North Shore, Pearl Harbor, Blue Hawaii, and Godzilla, just to name a few. The beauty here is overwhelming.
As you can see, the terrain changes very quickly as we fly across this amazing island. We're now looking at some very dense forest with river valleys cutting through it. As we approach the coastline and get lower to the ground, I could see the shadow of the helicopter. It was awesome. The terrain kept changing, and in one area, groves of trees lined the rivers and surrounded some properties. Everything is green here. The water in Hawaii is breathtaking. The blues are deep blues, the turquoises are alive, and the green water is mysterious. It's indescribably beautiful. I've been to Hawaii 7 times in my lifetime. I think it gets more beautiful every time. Well, that's all the time we have today to showcase Hawaii. We'll show you more Hawaiian adventure next week on Wide Open Outdoor Adventures. How to do Hawaii, Part 2. I'll see you next week.
Paradise Helicopters did an amazing job.